Hello, everyone. Welcome to this Pick a Card reading for the energy of Lionsgate. Now, if you happen to listen to this reading at a later date, although it's supposed to be a Lionsgate reading, and I'm even going to call it like that, just consider this the energy for the next 15 days or so. If you happen to feel drawn to this reading at a later date, that's also valid. So, what I was strongly called to look into today with precision, okay, there's an energy of restlessness in the collective that I was picking up on. Or better yet, I want to say anticipation. There's like an energy of anticipating something, but at the same time, restlessness. And we can even go as far as frustration for some. At the bottom of the deck, we have the root chakra and then the sacral chakra. Okay, so what this really indicates to me is a need for grounding. Okay, a need for grounding during this period of transition. We even have the card transition. I feel like this card in particular is going to speak to most. However, as usual, I recommend listening to all three because there are elements, messages that may resonate for you in each of these piles. Usually I pick up on the energy of the collective, and I just simply translate masculine energy, feminine energy, a bit of a mixed energy, but we all have these energies within us. So they are all speaking to the collective, which I'm addressing the energy of the new earth leaders, the new earth creators, the new earth builders, the new earth, those who are here for a higher purpose, on a higher calling. And for this specific reading in particular, I was going to look into the energy of your past or something that is alchemizing in your life right now. There is this energy of alchemy, of transformation, but in a big way, something that is meant to create ripple effects, not just in your own life, but collectively. And something that you can translate into leadership, something that you can translate into a calling, a purpose, alchemizing pain into purpose. And I feel like this is, oh my God, the transition card, I'm like hypnotized. It's so beautiful. All right. I can't wait to dive into the reading. I feel like this is going to be quite a detailed one and very precise. So we're going to start. We're going to do the energy of your past, okay? What is it that how you are transforming this energy from your past or this challenge? And what is the outcome on the other side of this portal? Okay, so let's just say the energy towards the end of the month. This is why I mentioned 12 to 15 days ahead. This is the energy of transition, okay? Transition from past, but in not just, a shift or a change. It's like a quantum freaking leap, okay? That's what I'm talking about. It's like a massive transition, a huge transition, a timeline shift, okay, for the majority of you listening. All right, without further ado, so we have throat chakra. I'm not surprised. um the energy of the throat chakra has been just very, very, very activated for the collective. My upcoming book, it's, you can call it a throat chakra book as well if you're interested. I'm going to pin, um well, when it's going to be out, which is probably towards the end of this week. But still, you're gonna find it in my link tree. I'm gonna still put it down below if you want to look at it at a later date when it's actually published. But the energy of the throat chakra, which is currently being activated in the collective, okay, this is going to be the first pile. The second pile is transition, okay, with the number 43, which is, if not one of my favorite numbers. And the cosmic flower with the number 18. And this is a beautiful energy of, this is for me the energy of the Four of Wands. For those of you who are familiar with tarot, it's like coming home, homecoming, belonging. Oh my gosh, I'm already tearing up when I tap into this energy. Let's roll. As usual, comment down below how this message resonates for you. Um, like, share, you know the deal. Let's get inside of the readings. Hello, Pile One. Welcome to your Lionsgate energy reading. You picked Pile One, which is the throat chakra, and it says the frequency of the throat chakra, the blue flower of life, supports our self expression and our sense of peace and balance. Okay. Um, the energy of your past, we have a lot of sun energy. The sun card, like the literal sun card with Leo, almost wanted to come through, but I chose to um, keep shuffling, and this card called me more strongly, but the energy is still the same, right? Leo, solar plexus, young energy, a lot of masculine energy. So you may resonate with being a more of a masculine energy or in your masculine energy, or you used to be a lot in your masculine energy in the past. And now, as we can see in the energy of your future, you're moving towards a more sensual, slightly towards feminine energy. Or this can be your approach in a particular area of your life. This is not necessarily general, so we're going to look also at which area of your life is most impacted by this transition. Um, what I am picking up on is okay, even on the young card, we have expression, doing, forward motion, proactivity. So in your past, pile one, I'm very drawn towards the imagery because the sun doesn't really look happy to me. So I feel like whatever it is that you were engaged in, I'm hearing the word engaged very strongly. Whatever it is that you were proactively taking steps towards wasn't really fulfilling. Um, because you can see the moon card, which are your emotions, are buried under the ground. So I feel like whatever it is that you were doing was not expressive of your deeper self, of your deeper core values, of your inner child, of your feelings and emotions, and therefore it wasn't bringing you fulfillment. However, you were still shining. Okay, I see this sun card just very brightly shining, although it's almost like an actor. I'm just taking the example of an actor who has to perform, right? Maybe you are an actor, maybe you are someone in the public eye, but i can I can see that on the outside people were not necessarily able to able to perceive this dissatisfaction, because on the outside you had it all, quote unquote, had it all. Um, but if you look at your tree, I don't see much abundance there, right? The leaves are falling, the branches are cut. It's like it feels kind of poor in terms of emotions, in terms of fulfillment, in terms of inner richness. Okay, good. Um, so this is your past. In your current moment with the throat chakra activation, I feel like you are able to express what is true for you in terms of In terms of what is, one second, this is not coming through. Okay, some of you are still in this energy. This makes me this makes me perceive that you're still having blockages in terms of expressing your truth, but you're currently working through them, okay? It's not like a blockage, it's just something that you are still working through. It's something that you are still learning the language of, okay? The truth, speaking your truth. Um and with the number 5 as well, well, this is the fifth chakra, but it's also the number of change, which tells me that you starting to speak your truth is actually bringing in a lot of change in your life. So I'm really seeing someone who is transforming, but from the inside out. I feel like it's not just a matter of, like, changing your job or changing your career or changing your social circle, or changing your home. I feel like it's more about, like, a real transformation, a real deal transformation from the inside out. It's like changing your personality, even, right? With the sun card here, with the solar plexus, with the Leo energy, this is you. Okay, this is really about your expression out into the world. Um, like, I'm feeling like I'm sensing someone who hasn't practiced the language of authenticity. 'Cause the throat chakra is also about being authentic, like speaking your truth, speaking your, okay, this is how I'm feeling. This is not right for me. This is what I stand for. Um, and this is funny. Okay, not funny, but this is interesting because with the sun card, I feel like people perceive you as someone, most people around you perceive you as someone who is very bold, who is very maybe outgoing, extroverted, even charismatic. Okay. However, I feel like it's an act. I feel like for a very long time you have been dragging this sadness within you, while on the outside you see all these rays of sunshine. You were almost like the sun for everyone around you, but inside your light was dimming. And it was only when you started to look at your tree, and this is symbolic, okay, for like your inner richness, your inner landscape, your inner abundance, and you saw that it was just dry. It was dried out from being so outwardly focused, because this is yang energy, okay? This is you being so proactive, being so out uh outwardly focused, doing, okay? Right. Well, with the Taurus energy right now, we're moving into an energy of patience, trust, and sensuality. What this tells me, and you can see, like, from this heart, oh, wow, this is so beautiful because you can see that the flowers right now are growing from the heart, which tells me that instead of building this massive, huge tree that looks so imposing and it looks so majestic maybe to the outer world. Now you're building a garden from your heart. And it doesn't matter how it looks to other people, right? Because, these flowers are representative of your core values, not what is expected from the outer world. I feel like this energy might feel a little bit too general, so I'm going to use tarot to just dive deeper on your current situation and the energy that you're moving towards. Okay, this is very clear to me. I'm just gonna clarify the energy. Right now, pile one, you are in the very first initial stages of your journey. You're right at the beginning with the Ace of Pentacles, which indicates that the the part of the journey where you were dealing with the old, you were dealing with, 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands, like the challenging energies, the end of your past is over officially. Now, you may or may not still like deal with it on a 3D level or maybe on an emotional level, but energetically, it's not here. The energy of your past is not here. I feel like where you're at is already in this beginning, because the Hanged Man card, which is like stagnation, like just contemplation, reflection, trying to see a new perspective, I feel like this has been shifted. And also the Lover's card in the reverse, the Lover's card tells me that you have made a decision. I feel like for quite some time, even after you've dealt with this old situation, you were still torn between two paths. Am I right, pile one? You were still torn between two paths. And I don't feel necessarily that for the majority of you, it's not like, am I going back to my past or something else? I feel like it's like two actual new paths. And I feel like, I don't just feel like, with this Ace of Cups, you have made a decision of what brings you the most fulfillment. And you chose the big cup. The Ace of Cups is the biggest cup in the suit of cups, which is what brings you the most fulfillment. And this is what you're moving towards. And also, pile one, you're moving from an energy of Ace of Pentacles, which is, a new beginning that is tangible, that is real, and the Ace of Cups as well. Two indicators of a new beginning and two indicators of the end of a stagnation period. So again, you're not even out of the old, you're also out of the limbo. So this is a great sign, because I feel like, and I'm hearing anytime, like this can really trigger, like this new beginning can be triggered anytime. And I feel like because the Ace of Pentacles came through, I feel like it's up to you to initiate it 100%. It could be today, it could be tomorrow, it could be 10 days from now. But I feel like this is less about like a divine timing type of energy. It's like, well, it's whenever you choose to do it. And what I mean by do it is initiating this change. So what is it? Is it initiating a project that you're passionate about? Reaching out to someone that you're passionate about? Is it moving somewhere where you enjoy living with the Ace of Cups, like being in a place that actually fulfills you? All three, all of the above. You know your situation better, okay? But again, I feel like the decision was this again, this tells me that the decision was not just made up in your mind, or like, yeah, I'm sort of feeling more towards, leaning more towards one or the other, one option or the other. I feel like, like you've made a decision on a conscious level, okay? It's a done deal, is what I'm hearing. At least for you. I'm hearing officialize. There's something officialize. Ooh, some of you I'm hearing proposal. Okay, nice. But for others, it's like signing for a new for a house. This is partnership for some of you, like business partnership. But I'm hearing officializing. Like there's something that you need to officialize. Yeah, I mean with the Taurus as well. Like this talks about like tangible things. Okay, this talks about like solid offers. This talks about concrete action. Okay, but Taurus is like kind of slow. It's for me. It's the like Knight of Pentacles energy. The Knight of Pentacles. Um, but it's a sure thing with all these aces here. Just like this is not wavering energy. This is not. Um, I feel like you're someone who is not calculated, but very stable and like reliable. So, whatever the decision that you've made is going to be long lasting, which is why it took you so long. Well, so long. I don't feel like I feel like it's a matter of like months for some of you. It wasn't like, I don't know, you weren't pondering for a decade. I feel like it's like a matter of months, like 5 to 6 months at most. Da, 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 da. Well, is there anything that pile one needs to know? Okay, yeah, I feel like definitely your values have shifted from. I feel like you're much more inward oriented. Like from now on, I feel like you are going to be driven by what brings me fulfillment versus whatever else people tell me. This is the perspective shift. And you're definitely going to start sharing and speaking your authenticity, and from an authentic place. You're going to start growing your garden from the inside out. And there's so much fulfillment coming for you, pile one. I mean, with the Taurus and the Ace of Cups, this is like Venus energy. Um, it feels very harmonious, but it feels like also very. It's like the home to your soul, if that makes sense. So if this Ace of Cups is a person, then this is definitely like close soulmate vibes. If this is a house or a country that you're moving towards, this is like, this is where your soul feels most at home, 100%. And I'm getting a little bit emotional, not a lot, not like for pile three, but a little bit, which is good because I see that, in the beginning we had this moon energy which was buried underneath. So I'm getting a little bit of sprinkles of excitement from pile one, almost like a little bit of butterflies here and there. Um, Unfrozen. uh, which is nice. But I'm hearing is like, you don't even know what's coming towards you, pile one, in terms of emotional fulfillment. We got the freaking Ace of Cups. Like that cup has a lot of emotions in there. It's just there is a lot of emotional fulfillment coming towards you. Water energy could be significant as well. I mean, we have earth, we have water, we don't have air, which tells me that, the mind is taking a bit of a backseat here and letting the stage be dominated by your emotions in this new phase of your life. Pile one. Well, congratulations on this just massive shift. I would love to know if this message resonated for you. Let me know in the comments below, and I hope to see you soon in the next one. Take care. Hello, Pile 2. Welcome to your pick a card reading for the energy of Lion's Gate or the next 12 to 15 days, if you haven't watched it at a later time. For your pile, you chose transition. I was getting a very strong and powerful energy right from the very beginning, right from the general intro of today's reading. And I can tell, even without looking at the cards, because I just dove right into the reading. So what you're moving out of pile 2 is a lot of injustice and unbalanced partnerships or connections or dynamics. Dynamics is the word, okay? This is a pile that is really ascending out of a form of partnership dynamic, connection, relational dynamic that is of the old earth. And that is very like Saturn energy, which means hardship, which means restrictions, which means like not necessarily struggle, but it's like there's a lesson in there. There's a test. There is something you've grown out of, but almost in a way that has pushed you towards growth. And I'm seeing the analogy of a lotus, okay, that grew through the mud or in the mud. And I feel like this is like almost like a flower that grows through the concrete or something like that. Like, this is how I'm feeling this energy. And by the way, the energy is completely different from the pile one. Like, for your pile, I'm speaking with so much clarity, with so much precision, with so much accuracy. Like, this is air energy, like Libra. Like, I'm embodying the freaking Libra energy right now. Like, I feel like I'm in the jury and I have made my decision about who's going, who's taking the sentence, who's going, whose favor is the court, who's choosing to favor, and who's going to be punished. Anyway, but what I'm saying is that, like, this feels almost like divine justice for you as well. There's an energy of karma being rebalanced, and you are favored with consideration, fairness, and harmony. I haven't even the frequency of transition supports our deep understanding of the ever-changing nature of existence and our lives, that we can learn to let go, surrender to the process, and allow transition to occur with ease and a grace. For a while, Pile 2, I feel like you were very resistant to this change and transition, because this has, whatever this was, which may have felt like a family dynamic, like a karmic family dynamic, or a marriage. It was your comfort zone, right? You didn't know what was outside of this dynamic or outside of this environment. Cultural as well. So you are individuating from your old karmic patterns, your old karmic family, or a culture, or a group, a community. Definitely a community. Could be online, could be, the place you live in, like physically. Could be a lot of things, but I feel like this is not just, moving out. It's like a graduation energy. It's ascending out of a certain dynamic, which means that when we talk about ascending out of a particular situation, lesson, circumstance, is not just, it's like shedding completely the skin. It's like you're leaving your skin there. You're leaving your ego there. It's almost like in narcissistic relationships, when they are notorious for this, like ego battles, right? And one person just needs to, like, it's a never-ending ego battle, right? The biggest ego wants to win, which in most cases is the narcissist. And the empath usually is like, I'm just, take my ego, take it, take my belongings, you just leave it there. And this snake just feels like renewed, right? It's a new skin, it's a new personality, it's a new life, it's a new found sense of self, a new found freedom. And this is interesting because with the Libra card, I feel like you thought that this is what brought you a sense of balance, because this is interesting, because you may have been labeled as a certain way. For example, let's just say that you have been labeled as someone with ADHD, which we all know that is, these labels are very, very poorly interpreted in our society. But, you're someone very creative, okay? And let's just say that your family was kind of constantly telling you that, well, without our support, if you go out into the world, because you're so head in the clouds, because you're so creative, because you're so unpractical or ungrounded, like you're not going to make it, right? So let me support you financially. This is just one example. Or if you were in a marriage or in a codependent relationships, right? Let's just say that you were someone maybe a little bit impulsive, maybe a little bit like ambitious, maybe you want to go towards your dreams. Or the opposite. I feel like for some of you, you could have been the opposite. Maybe it was the other person that was taking the initiative more than you. And you were, I feel like this is for the majority of you, like you were made to believe that you needed someone to drive your life. 100%. This is coming through very strongly. And I feel like right now you're finding your own spine, you're finding your own way through life. And I feel like you're moving with such grace. Even says the word grace. Like because I'm seeing the imagery of a serpent, like snake that is just sinuously like moving through life in a way that is like just very elegant. And because you felt so restricted by these conditions that were placed upon you, like you were boxed into a personality that was sold to you as a flaw. But it's actually one of your greatest strengths in this new chapter. And I feel like pile 2, you are learning how to balance your own life, not against this quality of yours, but harnessing it and channeling it into something very, very powerful. We're just going to go right into the tarot part of the reading because I want to dive deeper into what this is. Okay, welcome back, pile 2. We are just deepening the message that we uncovered at the beginning of the reading, and I love the energy that is coming through. The first message that just really wants to be shared is the fact that your Emperor energy was outsourced externally. Your stability, your maybe even financial security was someone else was taking charge of it. And again, this could be your family, this could be a karmic partner, an ex-husband. With 2 of Cups in the reverse, this feels like a divorce for many of you. For some of you, like 30% of you, this is about like karmic families, like cutting ties with the karmic family. Not necessarily like, you know, in some cases, it may not be a full cut, you know, that it's sometimes remaining in setting the necessary boundaries and remaining in communication with certain people is necessary. But I feel like emotionally, it's not having a hold on you. Because again, with Saturn, the lesson is learned, okay? Saturn brings lessons. I just saw 1111. Okay. With Saturn, the lesson is learned. You have graduated. Again, the energy of graduation really, really comes through. Again, I'm seeing a court as well. So a lot of you are getting a divorce. I'm seeing a court room with a judge, an actual judge. For some of you, this took like years, this whole divorce situation. 8 years, I'm hearing, with this 8 here. Wow, we're in the month 8 as well. And we're talking about Lionsgate. Wow. 8 of Cups, you're walking away. I mean, this is just reconfirming and just representing the energy that we've been talking about. You're walking away from something in the past with the 2 of Cups where there was no love or no reciprocation. You're moving. Wow, this like, again, this 8 of Wands, the 8 of Wands is like fast forward moving energy. And with that motion that I was seeing with the snake just moving through life in a way that feels so free, I feel like because you've taken life You've taken control back over your life. Boom. With the Emperor in the reverse, this is like you were controlled by someone else because your own control over your life was outsourced. You were outsourcing your energy to people who you believed had more power than you. Currently, you're in a very empowered energy pile too. Let me just say that. And because I can see from the way I speak, it's like you're no longer in that energy for sure. Um, and the energy of freedom is really coming through. A lot of freedom, but also a lot of balance. Okay. Karmic justice has been restored. You are hearing on your feet, but also you are just very balanced within. Okay. Very balanced within. The karmic lesson that I'm getting personally, obviously, you know better because it's your situation. But for me, this Saturn energy was about learning how to be your own emperor, learning how to be in control of your life, not letting other people run your life, because you have learned through this the kind of energetic and emotional entanglements that can occur, and how difficult. I'm hearing as well financial entanglements with the snake energy. I feel like there was so much entanglement that it was so hard for you to free yourself once it's one. When you want it out of it, you realize like, oh, it's not that easy because of all these restrictions. So you felt quite tied to that particular situation until you really learned how to step into your own power, set boundaries, speak up, take control over your life, really owning up to the responsibilities that you may have outsourced someone else. This is okay. This is so the example of someone who, let's just say, you were moving in with your parents just to just for a period of time to start a business or to focus on a creative endeavor, right? And so it felt safe for a while because, you know, you had other people taking care of you. You had part of the responsibilities were maybe shared with a partner or with your family, but you realize that those people were not encouraging you, or they were maybe even actively against you gaining that freedom because they felt that if you were to have your freedom, you could have become so free and so empowered without them and leave them, you know? This is like on a very subconscious level, those people were holding you back. So even though you felt the comfort, the perceived comfort of having roots somewhere else, slowly and over time, you realize that you were actually restricted. And almost like those walls became too tight. And it's like you wanted to expand, but there was no room for expansion within that environment. If that makes sense, because in order for you to expand, you have to have a container that is your own container, your own masculine energy, your own masculine container that holds your creative energy or your power or your life force energy as well. Because, you know, when you're having control over your life, you can move, you can become more flexible. Okay. Again, the snake energy, it's the energy of flexibility. I feel like right now, the phase that you're entering into your life, and I'm even moving as I'm speaking, it's like I feel there's room, there's space, there is again, freedom. You are flexible, you can make your own decisions. So let's just say you can eat whenever you want, you can go out whenever you want, you can create or sing whenever you want. It really feels like gaining control over your life. Ta-da! Yep, this is what I'm getting for you, pile two. This is a very, very, like, the energy that you're moving out of feels very heavy. And the energy, it's like night and day. It's like so much freedom, so much, just very liberating. Liberation, that's the word, like Eight of Wands, liberated. Liberated. Congratulations on this graduation again. I feel like this is an exciting time for you, um, filled with adventures, filled with beautiful new beginnings, and I'm really, really excited for you. Drop a comment if you feel like sharing with us, and I hope to see you soon in the next one, pal, too. Take care. Hello, Pile 3. Welcome to your pick a card reading for the energy of the Lionsgate. Um, this feels like a very lighthearted energy. Usually, I'm not going to say that necessarily the energy of the piles are constant throughout my readings, but usually towards the end, towards pile 3, I'm getting this very light-hearted energy, which, I mean, it's in all of us, right? This could represent an aspect of yourself. You could be coming from the other piles, and you may have resonated with some of the heavier energies in the other piles, but I'm like, this is just such a wholesome energy. 10th house 2, y'all, this is okay. Cosmic Flower speaks about the place we call home. And then we have houses, okay? I know in astrology it means, it's not the literal house, but still. You are okay. You are the emotional pile. You're finding, I was almost going to say founding. For some of you are founding, establishing the foundation, something that is going to bring you extreme, I'm hearing extreme levels of like security, belonging. I feel I just saw this is so wild. What are you doing? Where are you taking me, pile 3? Okay. This is my cosmic pile as well. It's like I'm getting starseed vibes from you. Because I saw like literally a spaceship landing on Earth. And I feel like for you, this feels like this could be more metaphorically, like you're channeling energy, you're bringing something here on Earth, you're establishing a community for starseeds or for people who are who feel like they're not truly belonging here on Earth. There is an energy of a structure, of a foundation, of a community, of a project, of a house, of an organization, of a community, but it feels like physical. For the majority, I mean, it could be that for some of you, it's also like more so an online space, but it feels just very secure. And wow, we have the heart in all 3 piles. It's like your heart feels at home here on planet Earth. Usually pile 3 gives me a little bit of more of a mature energy, both in age but also like emotionally. like wise. Even with the owl here, it's like wise, wise, but also like just very playful. um, I'm always like a little bit humbled by this energy when I read pile three for whatever reason. I don't know. Whoever you are, just thank you for sharing your beautiful energy. It's just it's quite an experience to be bathing in your energy, just sitting with it and reading it. But this is what I'm feeling for the general overview. Where I think we're gonna dive a little deeper into tarot to get more specific details. So let's see what else your spiritual team wants you to know. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. Right. So I burst into laughter when I saw the Four of Wands card, which is the homey vibes. It's the one of the most stable cards in tarot, and it's like the first card that came through. I just, I mean, this was the case for all piles. Like for pile two, we had like the Eight of Cups, which is exactly the energy of. I mean, I guess it makes sense. So I don't know why I'm even surprised. Anyway, so this is a little bit of a stretch here because the cards are not so straightforward like in the other piles. But I'm going to, just go a little bit further, make a bit of a take a creative liberty here and just translate this energy in the way that I can interpret it. I feel like this project, I'm going to call it a project, okay? You tell me what it is, pile three. This project of yours, this homey vibes, this community, this association, organization, marriage for some, with the Four of Wands, is like, establishing a family. Oh, for some of you, this is pregnancy as well. But anyway, it felt like this was something that you almost gave up on. With the Five of Cups, this is something you almost gave up on. And you didn't feel the success of it for a very long time. So for quite a while. I'm hearing 40 years for some of you. It's like 4 to 5 years. Okay, with the Six of Wands, it's in the reverse. It's like it didn't feel like a success at all. I mean, and now it's like, boom, all of a sudden, this didn't feel like a gradual process. It's not like, oh, I'm building this house, so I'm going to put brick after brick, build the foundation, and I'm gonna know that in a few months I'm gonna have a house. No, this felt like building an invisible house, and just all of a sudden, boom, like the aliens land the house on a field, and you enter in. This is something that you've been building in the 5D. It's like a cosmic architect of something. This is so out there. Like I feel like I want to know pile three. I feel like I have to know about this. I feel like I need to be aware of this. like like I want to be involved in this. It's like it's so new earthy. It's like invite us all. Like, we want to be there. We want to join. Well, unless it's like a personal thing, which of course. But if it's like a community or like a starseed. It's like a starseed galactic party or something. Anyway, don't mind me. I'm just in a very good mood. So whatever this is for quite a while, okay, 4 to 5 years. For to some, it just did not feel like a success. Okay, you were in this Five of Cups energy where every time you were trying to build something, just something else was getting in the way. I'm not getting information on what it is. More precisely, I'm not allowed to share for whatever reason. Okay, so I'm just going to honor that. But with this Queen of Swords, I feel like you had developed very rational, almost like cynical energy, where you were detaching from this result because you told yourself like I can't take one more disappointment. Like this also feels like a massive desire of your soul, but not just desire. It feels like globally. Like this is not just you that is involved. This feels like something huge. Hmm. Okay. Um and it's here. With this uh energy of cosmic flower with 18. It's like almost feels like within the next 18 days there's just something very significant that is going to unfold. Or it just could be saying that, the month 8 or the first of August was a major shift for you as well. I'm saying for you as well because like it feels like for me as well. This also feels like this is my pile. Maybe this is why I'm laughing because okay, never mind me this. Okay, I'm laughing because like my guys were laughing as well because this was my pile. And, like, does she realize she's reading her own energy? This is wild. Okay, yeah. So you're founding something, you're establishing something, but also this is something I wanted to share in the very beginning. It's like pile 3. I feel like we're soul family. I feel like we're very close soul family. Yeah, never mind. Okay, so it's like whatever this is in your life. Because I'm feeling so relaxed in your energy. This is so crazy. Okay, uh, it's also bringing you a lot of structure and stability. Life mission. This is your life's mission. This is your purpose. This is your life's path. This is your higher calling. But for a very long time, this didn't bring you security, stability. Okay, because in the physical realm it was not materialized, or it didn't feel like a success. So you were very disappointed and detached from it, almost like, okay, I'm going to remain rational. I try to make this work. There's obviously a lot more involved than what, my uh big heart, beautiful heart wants. With all these hearts over here, I feel like you're such a generous soul, and whatever you're building is actually going to bring so much love to so many people. Um and you've been pouring so much love and heart into it as well. uh i'm I'm shocked. Okay, so even the card says the core from which we pour our magnificence out into the world. Ah, I've never been so like wild in a reading so far. This just feels like celebration. This just feels like a breakthrough. This feels like a like huge celebration. Like I almost feel like I want to reverse this 6 of Wands back in its place. Because you're definitely out of this 5 of Cups energy for sure. It feels like it served you for a very long time to remain rational, to be able to like look at this from a get more practical, about the details. It even says like practical detail, establishing a foundation, okay, daily life, being focused on the daily work, okay. And so at some point you were detached from the outcome and you just started focusing on, well, okay, like what can I do to just, uh still continue working on it, but detaching from the outcome or detaching from it having to be a certain way or um the lesson in this pile 3, I feel like it brought you a lot of stability. Like you were able to create a home for those who feel homeless on earth, or this is what you are starting to do from now on. But the interesting thing is that you had to do it yourself first to lead others towards that place that feels like a home. So the energy of it goes like this. It's like you were almost like externalizing your own desire or need to belong here on earth onto this project, this community. It's like, I want people to feel at home, but you were not feeling at home yourself. So through the discipline, through the structure, through this like daily life of building this project, you actually learn how to ground yourself here on earth. Because I feel like you're very cosmic. Like you're very just like you're a dreamer. Um and you may have even told yourself like, I don't know how to do this life. Like I don't know, I don't have the user manual for practical practical people. Um but you've managed to learn it, and you've gained a lot of sense of self-worth. Pile 3, you've gained a lot of sense of self-worth through this. You may be seeing a lot of 333s for whatever reason. um yeah, this feels, I'm gonna say it, okay, it's like, take it if it resonates, but this feels like ascended master energy. It's like you've mastered earth school, which is why it felt so difficult. You've mastered earth not just as a school, but you managed to like anchor here, because the more anchored we are, the more we can serve on our mission, okay, life's mission. It's even here with the 8th house, with the 10th house. And this tells me that right now, so you started out on this journey being like more on the dreamer side, on the dreamer, um on this energy of like floaty energy almost. Then you've been guided by the universe through this journey where you had to be very, 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 very grounded and rational and practical, which was very outside of your comfort zone with all that is going on in your head and your heart. And then you've you were able to make it a tangible reality. That's the energy that I'm feeling here. But also through that journey, you've managed to find a home here on earth. Because I feel like you wanted to do it from a detached place, like, yeah, I'm just gonna create this, like almost like inviting people at the party, but like not engaging, okay, I'm just gonna be in my bedroom and like I'm just gonna host a party while everyone else has a good time, and like, well, you're the host. So you might want to hang out with the people there as well, which means that you have to build your home, you have to be there, you have to like feel at home yourself so you can make others feel at home too. Wow. Look, I gotta leave it there, pile 3. This is wild. You're such a creative energy. If by any chance you are working with sacred geometry or anything like visuals, like creative, you could be building or founding like an art gallery for like cosmic channelings. Ooh. Anyway, this is so interesting. Like I could sit in your I could sit with this energy for like yeah, for like 1 more hour or 10 or anyway. Thank you so much for being here, Pile 3. Thank you for sharing your energy with us today. And yeah, let me know if this message resonated. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take care.